This is Dr. David Klein with Stages of Life Medical Institute in sunny Central Florida, Longwood to be precise, just north of Disney. So what are we going to talk about right now? So you've been hanging out in your house now, have you? All right. So your diet has changed. You're not eating as you once did. The funny thing about this is that even if you were a dog or cat, if we changed your pet food, you end up with diarrhea now, don't you? Okay. So we're not that different. So we're eating much differently now that we're staying at home. We're not going out to the fast food restaurants. God bless us all for that. But certain things are going to happen, and there are to be expected. Number one of which is constipation. Now, pets typically get diarrhea when you change their food. People lock up tight, okay? And so in the type of work that I do here, which is both hormone replacement as well as pain treatment, diagnostics, all kinds of crazy stuff, constipation will hit the typical population, the normal population, about a third of the time. One person in three is going to have bowel issues and know it. Another one-third is going to have bowel issues and not know that it's really abnormal. And then one-third will be about right. Now, how many times a day are you supposed to poop? Okay, and you're going to go, well, my mom said at least once a day. Well, she's only one-third right. Okay, you're supposed to poop every time you eat. It's called the gastrocolic reflex. Your dogs and cats know this well. So if you feed them a bowl of food, the next thing is they start looking for the door. They want to go out. If they don't, they'll poop in your shoes or on your carpet or wherever it is that they prefer to do this. So dogs and cats are mammals, as are we. The gastrocolic reflex is something that we expect. But when you're cooped up inside, okay, sometimes things don't work out so well. And you might find yourself not visiting the commode, but every 2 or 3 days. This is a big problem. Why is it a problem? Because the colon will start to distend like an old sweater. It'll get bigger and bigger and bigger, and wouldn't you know it, the colon doesn't shrink back, neither does your sweater. So this causes problems like diverticulosis, diverticulitis, irritable bowel syndrome, and may precipitate other problems like colon cancer. You want these products, these toxic elements, these toxic things to exit. You want them purged. You want them gone. In a time where there's toilet paper shortage, people are going to get constipated. More so is socialization. There are kids that will not go to the bathroom at school for fear of being embarrassed. This is not uncommon. To talk people through the fact that no, everybody does this, this is nothing to be embarrassed about, occupies a great deal of my time, valuable time, teaching people that it's not abnormal to go to the bathroom. So if you need to go, you go. You don't train your colon as you would train perhaps a suitcase. It is not a suitcase to be carried around. It's to be vacated. So what do? The typical person will become constipated not because of a bad probiotic. Oh, no. No, it doesn't work that way. It's not that simple. I'm going to go out and I'm getting a probiotic and fix this. Not a bad idea for other reasons, but it will not fix constipation. So you get an enzyme, right? It's not going to fix it either because it's not an upper GI issue. It's a lower GI issue. So we're going to get to basics. What does the colon do? And it does one thing. It takes water out of your stool. That's it. That's all it does. It takes water out of your stool. So if you don't have enough water in your diet, you're going to become constipated. That's really the reason for it. So the first thing is drink a lot of water. You drink a lot of water, it helps. Then comes the trick. The trick is to increase your oil intake. If you increase your oil intake, especially oils that are not well absorbed, where do they go? They go down through the GI tract and out the old dirt road, right? So if you can loosen things up by increasing the oil content of your stool, wouldn't you know it, constipation is corrected. So what I have people do, and I brought a few things here. This is a little unusual for our presentations, but this is what I use, okay? It's called conjugated linoleic acid, sometimes known as CLA. There are also big, ugly gel caps, but when you take sufficient amount of CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, it makes it down through the GI tract and goes into the commode. You want it to be wasted. So how many do you take? And the answer is 2 twice a day, sometimes 2, 3 times a day. The dosage for each capsule is 1,200 milligrams or thereabouts. So anywhere from 750 milligram capsules are available. These are 1250s. And you have to be able to take at least 2,500 milligrams twice or 3 times a day. It will pass its way through. It takes 2 or 3 days for this to occur. And then all of a sudden, things start to loosen up, if you understand where I'm going. The second thing is a little less expensive. It's a second oil called flaxseed oil, not to be confused with flaxseed. Ground flaxseed actually may make matters worse. Is there a problem with flaxseed ground? And the answer is yeah. And it's called, if you have diverticulosis, those little seeds get stuck in those out pockets called haustra, and it can cause infection. It's not necessarily a lot of fun. It's almost as much fun as eating popcorn. So if you have colitis and you eat popcorn, you'll get it. This will not do that. It is an oil, and you take 2 at bedtime. You separate it from the CLA. So what you're doing is you're taking anywhere from 6 of these capsules a day to maybe 8. And that generally, that's 80% of the time, will fix it. So are there other things you need to do? Colase is interesting, paracolase. It's a detergent. Is it necessary? The answer is no, because it really isn't going to fix this. There are stimulants that you can take, and they're best used on a temporary basis. So the stimulant that I use is one that I pop together, and it's enteric-coated aloe called Dr. Dave's, Defecade. I get to name it Joy and Rapture with my sense of humor. That makes sense. And you take a couple of those at bedtime, and it pushes things through. Now, you can use our products. You can use whatever you want. It doesn't matter. These things are available at stagesoflifevitamins.com. You can see what's in it, and you can find it locally, more than likely. And then you go ahead and you do what you need to do. We're happy if you buy ours, but you don't have to. There's a lot of people out there that live distant, or they just choose not to do it. But these are the 3 things that are generally necessary to get people going. If we're going to get America going in terms of work, we need to get you going in terms of the bathroom. Once toilet paper is more available, let's say, I think you're going to find it a whole lot better. This is Dr. David Klein at Stages of Life Medical Institute, hoping you a happy gastrointestinal day. Be well.